off at some point, but let's jump into it. New video, tackling the harsh realities of what modern dating has become.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
Here we go.
Well, I feel like there should be like a minimum, but not a most. Because like, if you want to go, you know, beyond, that's on you. But like a minimum, I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200, a minimum, and that's like
what?
Being nice.
Why? Oh, we didn't make it not even a minute in. I'm already bothered, bro. What do you mean? What is this? What is coming? This whole minimum thing is ridiculous. Why? Why are there minimums here?
What does a man get in return for that?
My presence?
What, aren't you having his presence within you already?
I had to, no. I mean, I hear you, but no. No.
Oh, wait, we got to add that to the bingo card. Somebody remind me, my presence. I got to write that for the bingo card.
I mean, like, I'm here to get to
different?
know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200.
Yeah. Because
minimum.
Yeah. Because you
just
invited
because
me out.
just because you have to do your makeup?
Because I have to.
Look. Now okay. She knows what it is. Yeah, she can't just use her dumb ass logic. Now she got to actually think about it. Let's see what she says.
Okay, so we're gonna do the math. My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. My makeup, you know, not included. So if I have to spend, you know, that's my money. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm gonna use these products.
Who are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay. If you're fucking using it for yourself and it's not for the man, why do you have to pay $200 minimum? You were gonna do it anyway. Oh my God, bro. The logic doesn't make no sense. I kind of wish we were only on Kick right now because the things I wanted to say, y'all, would probably get me live banned. It makes no sense. He said, who are you doing it for? I do it for myself. Right? Men need to start flipping the script on and I promise you, ladies, this is only for those. I don't talk in absolutes. I'm talking to the women that are like her that believe this train of thought, which I believe is actually a smaller percentage of women than the actual. Most women are fucking sane and logical, and they're like, I just want to go on a good date. Let me just have fun. I don't care if you spend $10 or $1,000. If it's fun, it's fun. They're happy, and it's about the talking, the bonding, all that stuff, and that's great. But for like this segment of women here that live by this standard, which is insane, we need to start flipping the script on this. Guess what? I'm going on a date to take you out. I had to go get a haircut, and you know these barbers now are charging like $80 for a cut and a lining. Ridiculous barber prices that we gotta face these days. I gotta go find an outfit. I gotta go get the car cleaned. Oh, I just spent $200 alone to get myself prepared. And you know, if the guy is actually on top of his things, guess what? He had to go spend some money to go get some clippers so he could he could trim the tree, you know what I'm saying? He can make sure he's not, you know, all bushy and stuff. You know, he can prepare just in case. Sometimes it'd be happening on the first date. You gotta be prepared at all times. Can we use this logic against them? Can we say, nah, look, I had to do all this stuff just to take you out? Because you didn't want me to come out in my sweats with my beard that makes me look like I've been in the mountains of Afghanistan, you know, for years without a shaving device. Can we flip it on them? Does it make sense? Holy hell.
But I'm gonna use these products and I'm gonna show up because it's not like I'm gonna show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
Thank you. Look, she's too stunned. She has no comebacks. She has no comeback. She's just stunned. By the way, Rican, remind me to add my presence to the bingo card. Guys, I promise we're gonna have a bingo. We're gonna have what do I call it? I call this something different. I call it we're gonna do you'll find out soon.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
Oh, I owe you a date. Look at her friend. Her friend's like, oh God, this is cringe. It's cringe.
Oh, you just come over and drink wine and let's watch Netflix.
I'm not your friend. I'm not, no. That's
We don't have to put a label on it.
No. I mean, if you're inviting me out, I don't know you. I'm not coming over. You're taking me out. We're going to meet each other. We're going to get to know each other. And if I want to come over another time, that's different.
McDonald's at best.
If you take me to McDonald's, I'm leaving.
Are you a virgin?
Yes, yes.
At 33.
I am, yes. Unfortunately, I'm not married at 33, and I have committed myself to abstaining until marriage. So
Why is it that you chose to wait until marriage, especially as a man in modern day?
honestly, it was a decision that I made when I was really young. This might sound a little crazy, but when I was really young and I had crushes on other girls and they may have had a crush on me and then maybe they developed a crush on somebody else, I was like, oh, well, is she really mine? And now that she's had, a relationship with somebody else or a crush on somebody else or she kissed somebody else. And I thought there's got to be some level of physical intimacy that is supposed to be just between me and my eternal partner. And then later in life, we learned about sex education. I remember thinking that right then, when I first learned what sex was, I was like, this is it. This is what a man and woman who are committed to each other in marriage should do exclusively. I knew that, I just believed that in my heart. And then, of course...
oh, good for him, guys. Good. Give a round of applause. Hey, man. God bless, brother. You know what I mean? I mean that. It as a man, y'all don't understand how difficult it is for a man to abstain from sex. I've said this before in previous streams, and I don't think women fully grasp what it's like for a man in terms of that forever scratch that needs, or that itch that needs to be scratched inside of a man for physical intimacy, for sex with a woman. I'm telling you, if you've watched any vampire movie, Blade or Interview with a Vampire, any vampire movie, there's one common theme amongst vampires as they tell the story, is that they have an insatiable taste for blood. And they can't, it's almost uncontrollable. For men, that is, I would, as a man, I would tell you that can be the case. Like it's at times, a feeling of takes you over where you just want it. You just want that thing, you know what I'm saying? And you can't get it. So for a man to just withstand altogether, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. You know what I'm saying?
My religion is also Catholicism, and then my priest told me, he was like, and there is no sex until marriage. And I was like, duh, of course you would want to save that with the woman that you're with for the rest of your life. You wouldn't want to have sex with somebody and then marry somebody else. That just might make
But are you also looking for a virgin woman?
No, that's a good question. For me, I think that's right for me, and I want to be able to provide that commitment to my wife. I understand that's unrealistic in today's society, so I'd be open to dating someone who is not also a virgin.
But even then, do you think that women who have already had previous sexual partners are going to be as attracted to you knowing that you're a virgin?
I'm not sure, and sometimes I wonder if that's the reason why I'm still single, because that is actually on my dating profile on my profile, my dating app.
100%. This is the irony in all of this. You'll have women that I don't want a guy that's got so many bodies and all this kind of stuff. But the reality of it is, and I'm sure the women that are here right now will testify to this, a woman doesn't want an inexperienced man in bed. Men are more willing to train a girl to what he likes, if she's inexperienced. A woman is not willing in general to teach a man how to use his hips and get the motion right. She don't want that. She wants a man to come in and ravish her body and know where to touch her. And I promise you. And this is gonna kind of jam him up a little bit. The best he can do is find a church girl that's a virgin, and then they just. I think most of the women are gonna oh my God, I'm gonna take a 33-year-old man's virginity. I don't know of many women that would be down for that. You know what I mean? A real woman would still be attracted. Yeah, but I think the most women would stay away from him. They're probably thinking something's wrong with him. Why are you? To be honest with you, let's be honest, right? In 2023, if any of us meet a grown ass man in his 30s that's a virgin, all of us are immediately thinking, what's wrong with him? Something's wrong. Something's off. You know what I mean? It's just the reality of the times right now that we will all come to that initial thought.
Profile. I have it on there that I am abstaining until marriage. And sometimes I wonder if that's the reason why women are uninterested in me. However, I'd rather have them find out initially than go on a date with me and then be disappointed later.
So what's the longest you'd be willing to wait?
Forever, to be honest.
Wow.
I'm still holding on to hope
Wow.
that I will find the woman that's right for me to spend the rest of my life with. And I am eager to provide that commitment to her and say, I've had you in my mind and in my heart for my entire life. And I've waited to share this with you, this level of intimacy with you and nobody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we witnessed there was a real unicorn, a absolute unicorn of a man. You just don't find that. That is rare. Bro said he's willing to wait an eternity. At that point, you might as well just become a priest. Something. I mean, I it's commendable. I couldn't, but I commend him.
What's your age?
42.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
There we go. Why is she single at 42 though?
Why do you think you're single at 42?
Ah, knew it.
Because the man I was with for 9 years cheated on me a week before our wedding.
A week before the wedding.
Yep.
Damn.
What did that feel like?
Painful.
How'd you find out?
I saw messages on his phone.
Did you confront him or did you just go through it?
I confronted him
What was his reaction?
that he's human and he makes mistakes.
So what made... So why were you so quick to throw 9 years away?
Because he was having sex with other women. That's unforgivable. I don't share my bed with other people, and I'm not gonna allow him to.
But do you think he loved those women the way he loves you?
No, I think it's just temporary pleasures, something new. That's it.
Something new.
So a man could cheat on a woman that he loves.
No, that's not love. Of course not. If the thought of losing me didn't stop you, that's not love.
What's love in your eyes?
Loyalty.
I would argue, oh boy, this might be a hot take here. I would argue, she said, if you didn't think of losing me would stop you, it's not love. I wouldn't say that. I would say that he wasn't fearful. I don't think it's love. You can love someone. This is coming from personal experience. You can love someone and still go off on the side and get a little something different. We operate differently. It's a one-off. It's outside my brain, and then you go back home to the one that you love. So he didn't fear. I think that's the better word. It's fear. It's not that he didn't love. He loved her. Sure, he loved her, but he didn't fear losing her because clearly my boy was wilding out.
They're not different. They're
Exotic,
the same.
what's up?
What do you mean?
Love and loyalty. They're the same thing.
Appreciate that,
Of
bro.
course. Love is loyalty.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And how old is your man?
Escobar, you're dumb.
He's 53.
So do age gap relationships really work?
Wait, how old did she say she was?
And loyalty. They're the same thing.
Of course. Love is loyalty.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And how old is your man?
He's 53.
So do age gap...
What? 25 and 53? How come when it's this age gap, when it's the younger woman with the older guy? Oh, no, never mind. This is the right way. Because I bet you we see a viral clip from this come out with everyone talking about he's grooming her. Oh my God. That's a wild age gap. I mean, to each their own. But damn, that's a wild age gap, bro. What?
relationships really work?
I think when both sides have good intentions, yes.
So what are your intentions for him, being that old?
First of all, he's not that old. 53 is not old, especially when you look the way that he looks. My intentions are just to love someone who's in this new phase of life when they were unhappy for so long and are feeling more alive than they have in the past 10 years.
But with a 20-plus year age gap, what do you two have in common?
We have a lot in common.
What?
We are both very sentimental people, very in tune with our emotions, looking for genuine love, like to have fun, like to eat good food, love to experience new things.
None of that, all of that is superficial. Everything she just spat off is so superficial. like, who doesn't like to eat food? We got to eat. In fact, we have to eat to survive. We're sentimental. Nothing about anything she said so far is means anything. It's all stuff you do anyway.
There's never a dull moment in our relationship.
And you don't have any long-term concerns about him being that old?
Of course I do. That's always going to be there. But I prefer to focus on the positive things. And life's too short to not go for what you're feeling.
And does he have any kids?
He has 3 kids.
And they're older than her.
How old are they?
They're all college age.
So like 18, 19?
No.
Like more like 20, 21, 22.
But that's not too far off from you. So if you were to like marry him, would they...
Bro, I know those kids hate this bitch. I know them kids can't stand her, bro. They can't stand her. And you already know, like, he about to ask her the marriage question. You're gonna get married, so when he dies, you inherit, or not inherit, but yeah, well, you do inherit everything. You become the executor. You write out. This is like a written for Hallmark movie setup right here. She comes in. He dies shortly after they get married. Then she controls the estate, and the kids are battling for it. She takes changes the will. Like, this is all the way like ready for TV.
Still be your stepkids?
I mean, they would be my stepkids, but it's not like we would have like a mother, like disciplining their kids kind of relationship. I feel like the way that I envision it is like we're kind of friends. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being stupid and naive. But
you don't think it's a little awkward being that, you're kind of seeing and being intimate with their dad who's, their dad? And
You're
y'all
right,
are the same
uniquely.
age?
She's sticking around for the bread.
I think that like it could probably be awkward, but also their dad is a hot young guy. I'm sure they hear that a lot too from their friends, and like their dad isn't like some senile guy who's walking around with a cane and staying at home every Friday night. Like, he's out, he's with his friends, and like he's getting bottles, and there are young girls around. Like, I'm sure they're used to that and would expect that too. Like, I think, not to say that they're going to be completely okay with it, but I don't think they would be opposed to it. Like, when you have a dad that's that hot, what do you expect? You think that he's going to go and be with some like old lady? Like,
What's something that's normally
That's
unattractive in a guy that
crazy.
you find attractive?
Ugly guys.
Oh my God, I was gonna say.
They can't be too ugly, but they can't be too pretty.
Is it like an ego thing why you like ugly guys?
I like to feel like I'm his princess, and when they're too good looking and if they're rich,
They can't control them. Let me just say you what it is. It's a control thing. If you get yourself it's like a meme, right? You'll hear women on Twitter say this. They want a medium ugly man, right? So that he's not horrible, but he's not too pretty. Because if it's a pretty, if it's a Chad, then she got to worry about him with other chicks. She can't control him. But if it's a medium ugly guy, she could probably have him wrapped around her finger. He's gonna cherish her and all that stuff. And he'll be simping for her. That's really what it comes down to. So, fellas, don't be that medium ugly guy. You're gonna get played.
what do you really bring to the, like, I don't know, it's different. But when they're like decent,
You mean when he's too good looking and rich, you're easily replaceable?
anyone,
That is
baby,
true.
anyone. They have 50 bitches lined up. You're not special.
But you
At least
feel
she's honest.
special when you're the baddest thing he can pull.
100%. Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, listen. I'm gonna give her credit. Hey, that's actually the most realistic shit she has said so far. She acknowledges it. I give her credit. I gotta give credit where credit's due. You know me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. She's honest about that. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Life, what's up, bro? Thank you. I've gotten played by mediocre guys. Don't even matter anymore. I'm sorry, D. I'm sorry. I mean, anybody can get it at this point. True. A1, what's up? Gold digger. Well, you know what it is.
But is he not the catch in your eyes too?
I feel like I'm a bigger reward.
Connor, what's up?
But I mean, maybe it
I think
depends. That
she's-
depends on the
she's
man.
more of like a nurturing person, so like for her to be taking care of people.
So the question is like, when does this ugly guy get a shot? Like, is this in the beginning or is this after you've, many failed relationships?
No, it really depends. If
Oh, fuck, it's fucking cheating their ass. What the fuck? The same thing!
What?
Should have seen the SVJ I just saw.
Oh, damn. I love us.
You're a car girl?
I love cars.
What's your longest relationship been?
It was a few years, but that was like 10 years ago. I was in a relationship for about 3 years, and since then I haven't been able to find a serious relationship, and that's what I'm looking for.
Do you think it's because you're lacking something as a man, or is it, or what? Do you think it's because you're lacking something as a man, or is it that, you just haven't found a woman that is bringing what you desire?
That's a good question. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, the woman that I desire, I'm not sure if she's into me, but also sometimes I look at some of the things that women are into right now, and there are so many things in their lives that are very fulfilling because we live in a society where we can get what we want pretty easily. And sometimes I just look at what I have to offer for a relationship, and I wonder, like, what can I provide her that she isn't already getting from something else? Like, what do I have to offer that she isn't already getting?
Hey, let me jump in on that point because honestly, if we're keeping it a buck, y'all, this applies to all of us on both sides of this equation, right? We as a society have advanced to a point where we have the luxuries of so many things now, right? Hey, you don't got a car, you're not all the way down and out because you can get an Uber to take you to work. You didn't cook dinner, you don't feel like cooking dinner, you had a long day, you just need to eat something. All right, you can get on and order something off on them, Uber Eats or whatever app. Like, we have a lot of creature comforts that our parents and their grandparents never had back in the day, right? So I say that to say that when you really look at it now, for most of the basic things that people, our parents and grandparents, and all the way back before them, got into relationships and marriages for, right? It was a form of security for the women, for the man to provide. There was the whole dynamic of in the home, everyone's contributing and doing these things, whatever. Some might argue that point, but you get the idea. Like, guys would get married because they wanted a woman to help provide and, take care of the food and stuff, right? It was a whole dynamic. But we're at a point now where, I'll use myself as an example. I'm very self-sufficient as a man. A lot of it comes down to my time in the Marine Corps, being very self-sufficient. I clean up after myself. I'm very organized. I like things very tidy in a certain way. Could be almost OCD. I cook, and I'm not like, the funny meme is I saw on social media is when you ask a woman what she cooks, that women always gonna say fettuccine Alfredo. I laugh so hard at that. No, like I actually like cook like a wide range of foods. I cook really well. Hey, we get in the bedroom, it's going down. I'm let's just leave it like that. You know what I mean? Like, what else? Like all those things that you would look for in someone to bring into a relationship, I could do that myself. So if all of us can do a lot of these things for ourselves, or if we can't do it for ourselves, let's say you're not a great cook, not too big of a deal, because you can just order stuff. You can order food. You can subscribe to those weekly meal things that come in. You could hire a chef if you had the money for it. You get where I'm going at here. Like, there's things that you can outsource now. Hell, if you can't get laid, they got toys now. Some of my community gag gifted me a whole half of a body doll. I mean, they got real things out here that you can use to if you're lacking in other things. Your house is dirty, you don't want to clean, you can call a cleaning service to come do it. So I say all that to say, at this point now, and this is for both sides, let's keep it a buck. What is it really that someone needs to bring that you can't already outsource? And I think that is what we need to focus on. I know the answer for me. It's those other intangibles. Sweet, caring, loving, endearing, good person, sweet. Does she have those maternal instincts to be a good mother? I'm not saying that because I'm not having no kids, but I'm just saying, like, in general, for me as a man, like, that's what I would look for. And I think for a woman, they would probably say a man that's of good character, that is ambitious, that is driven, that you know, it can go on. So I don't know. I think instead of focusing on the things that could be done or outsourced, I think more of those conversations should be focused on those intangible qualities. You know, do they have a good family? Do they have, you know, what's their upbringing? What's their belief system? I think those are the things that don't get talked about on these podcasts, the red pill space, blue pill space, every other pill space, that they don't really talk about are the intangibles. I think that's the important part that should be the focus of a lot of conversations. Unfortunately, it's always just predicated on the superficial stuff. How much money, how tall, how much is he packing, how much is the date is. And let's keep it a buck. All that does is it turns us all off. I know fellas, just as much as women, are tired of that shit. We're tired of hearing these conversations. Now, it's funny for the content because we can talk about it and I can roast them, but I think we're all tired of it, bro. Am I wrong? You know what I mean? Yeah, men and women are being pitted against each other. Absolutely. It's a gender war. Bro, it's the equivalent of like what the Civil War was back in that era. Like, we're dealing with it now. This social media civil war or gender war is insane. It's nothing but driving people apart. Well, instead of us bringing our genitals together, they are going apart. We need to come back to bringing ourselves and our genitals together. The world would be a better place if more people had relations. You know what I mean? I'm on TikTok and IG. I don't want to get clapped. But I think we need to, it's like the old saying, make love, not war. Like, we need to start making love again. You know what I mean? Holy hell. No simping, bro. Oh, you already know I don't stand for no simping. You'll never hear me ever say that. That's okay. Ever. I don't think we should be judged off our families either. Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough one because you can tell a lot about perhaps someone's mindset based off of how they were raised and their family relations and all that stuff. It doesn't mean that they are, it's kind of like, what's that old saying? Like, you can't pay for the sins of the father. It doesn't mean just because your father was trash that you are inherently, but you know, you just gotta take that into account maybe. What's the line that defines simp from love and respect? It's very, guys, this is very easy with this whole simp thing. Okay. It's super, super easy, fellas. Okay. Here's how you know if you've fallen in and you're simping. Sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. It's very simple. Okay. If you are going out of your way to do things for this woman, gestures, and it doesn't even necessarily mean like you're spending a bag on her. It could be like little things. And a lot of times women like the little things. It could be you're doing a little thing to brighten up her day. You got her flowers, or you helped her and she was talking about she needed to do something and you actually helped out and surprised her by doing it for her, you know, as a way. Just, you're doing these gestures. And if those gestures are happening without any kind of reciprocation, if she's not reciprocating that energy, that level of thoughtfulness, it's a one-sided thing. You're simping. Simply put, she's going to receive it and take it because you're giving it to her. She ain't going to tell you, don't do it though. No, don't do that for me. Of course she's going to accept you doing these gestures and these things for her and all that stuff. But you need to check yourself. You need to check yourself because all you're doing is you're wasting your time, your energy, and your resources when that woman's not going to reciprocate any of that feeling, thoughtfulness. And it is cool if it's short as your woman, bro, you could simp on your girl if she's your girl. Do it. Show her love, make her feel special, all of that shit. Because if she's girl, then clearly she earned that spot to be your girl. And if she's a girl, she's gonna by nature reciprocate that. And you know what? You came home after a long day. Damn, she got dinner cooked. Oh, you got a busy week with all kinds of meetings. You know what? She laid out and got your suits pressed for the week because she knows you got some big meetings. Bro, little shit like that for men is huge. I'm telling you, as a man, a woman that does like the acts of service, I fucking value that. You know, you did a little thing that just helped me out that much. You don't gotta, bro, like my birthday's tomorrow, right? I wouldn't expect my girl in this scenario I'm trying to explain here, I wouldn't expect a girl to go out and do all these lavish things because like, I'm the man. But if she did something small, I'm like, oh wow, how sweet of you. You got me a cake that I really like, or a little something. I'm like, yo, I'm cool with that. Men are very simple in the things that we like and what will satisfy us when it comes from a woman. It's the other way around. It's just the nature too. You know, we gotta go all out. Our women like to feel special, and you know, it's her birthday. You already know we gotta go all out. You already know we gotta go all out, bro. You gotta get the reservation set. You gotta make sure you get the right friends invited. You gotta have the balloons. You gotta go all out. It's fine. If she's your girl, ain't nothing wrong. You're gonna do it, and she's gonna be happy as fuck. And you know what? She's gonna put it on you that night. It's gonna be amazing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it's like her buying you things you need or the things she does, you know? I'm not sure I understand that part. And if someone disagrees with what I'm saying, feel free to, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to disagree and explain why. But that, to me, I think as a man that's been out here, you know what I mean? All the guys, you know what I mean? Like, that is a common thing. Most guys are going to feel the same way I just explained and how we look at it. It doesn't take a lot. Don't ever let yourself get played in that situation, though. What's up, Dakota? C's, what's up? All right, let's continue.
You know, and an example I sometimes like to use is a lot of women like to call themselves a dog mom. And I'm like, if you're already a mother, then it's like, do you even need me to be a great father figure? Or like, if you've got hot guys on your phone constantly 24/7, then like, do you really need me to be an attractive figure in your life? And you know, if you've got, you know, TikTok or these shows that you like, or really, I mean, it could be anything. And sometimes, I mean, I wonder, you're right, I think I'm missing something where I need to provide something to her in order to be attractive to her and provide something that she's not getting anywhere else in her life. And I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay. Do you think that men your age are going for older or younger women?
Younger.
Why?
Social media.
What about it?
OnlyFans, these young wild girls that are on there and just revealing themselves. I think it's just a different generation now. You have a lot of accessibility to a lot of different type of women, and unfortunately, that's a man's weakness, and they fall short.
And where do older women fall short?
I don't think women are as weak as men. I hate to say that.
In what sense?
In the sense of women are a man's downfall. I mean, it's been proven over and over. Yes, there's women out there that cheat, but it's more known for men to do that.
Well, it all goes back to women at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Listen, if you love someone, you're loyal. Man or woman.
Would you see yourself getting remarried?
I still have hope and love. If I exist, somebody else out there like me exists. So yeah.
What's something that's typically seen as a red flag that you find as a green flag in a guy?
I think some people might think that like a super masculine man is a red flag, but I'm kind of into that. Like, I like for a man to be super alpha and kind of make decisions. And I don't want to say be controlling, but like
Dominant.
Yes. I'm a woman of the century, but I do like for a man to kind of like, for lack of a better word, tell me what to do. Or like guide me.
So what is it about you?
She could have just said lead her. That's what she's essentially saying. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lead and she's just gonna fall in tow, which is perfectly fine. I know exactly what kind of a woman she is and what she's looking for. She just wants to show up and be cute, and that's totally fine. That's what she wants, and if that's her situation, and then that's why she's saying, like, I want him to just make the decisions, and then I'm just gonna show up and be cute, and essentially be an what do you call them, arm piece wife kind of a role. You know what I mean?
Being a woman that makes you want to be so submissive and let him lead.
I guess I'm really traditional in that way, where I'm like, I do kind of, to some extent, believe in gender roles, where I feel like, maybe it's my daddy issues, I don't know, but I feel like a man...
I mean, you're dating a 53-year-old. I wonder if you got daddy issues.
Needs to protect guide. And the woman has her roles too, where like the woman is the head of the household. The woman like,
Wait, do you really think a woman could be the head of the household?
oh, completely. I think like the man provides, but the woman, it's like the whole saying where like the man might be the head, but the woman is the neck. Like the woman.
Then she'd be the neck of the household, not the head.
But isn't the neck more important than the head?
Oh God.
Says who though?
I think so. That you're asking for my opinion.
When a woman is the breadwinner in a relationship, do you think that as a man, it's easier to date her then?
If the woman is the breadwinner, I'll be honest, for me, that would make me feel bad about myself. And you never want to be in that position as a man. You want to be confident and the provider and the protector. You know what? That might be ignorant for me to say that you never want to be like that. And that's not true. Some men are comfortable with that. I should say I'm not comfortable with that. So for me...
Why do you feel emasculated?
That's also a good question, and then you'd have to, I guess, identify the definition of what is masculine. And traditionally, I think that obviously is being the breadwinner, being the provider and the protector. However, maybe that's not necessarily true for a lot of modern relationships. For me, I would feel emasculated, and I would feel like I'm not doing my job as a male figure in the relationship, and especially not in the family, if I'm not providing the financial support for the entire family.
Now, do you think that if you were to run into conflict, that she'd just throw it in your face, oh, I make more money, and lose respect for you easier, or?
That's a good question. I don't necessarily think she'd lose respect or throw it in my face. However, I think the reason why I believe the man needs to make money is because if you look at the responsibility of reproduction, all of the medical risk falls on her. And I can't take any of that off of her. Historically, women have been very at risk of death, and their children have been at risk of death by giving birth to children. And I can't take that burden off of her. I cannot say, let me carry the child, let me give birth to the child, let me take those medical risks. So that makes it to where I have to take on some other responsibility. And the best thing I think I can do is say, let me pay for whatever medical assistance you need, and let me go out and make the money. Let me do the job so that you can take it easy, take care of yourself, and take care of the kid, at least while you're pregnant, delivering, and then even while nursing. Because those are biological differences, not societal differences that I cannot assume. So in other words, I have to make up for that, and I think the way to do that is financially.
God dang, the bro just gave a whole lecture. Jesus. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Holy hell.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
Well, let's ask. Let's see.
I think it doesn't mean anything about the spending. I think it's about the effort you put. You can have a pizza on the beach looking at a sunset, and it's just as more meaningful than an expensive dinner.
Bro, you notice that the older woman in her 40s is like, it don't matter. It's about, the vibe and how the date is than it is about a requirement to spend. Why? Yo, I'm telling you, I did a video. It's up on what did I say? Gen Z is entitled. Bro, I feel bad for a lot of y'all under 30 that got to be out here in the dating pool, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know most men look to date down, but even for me, I was like, yeah, I don't think I would ever go down and date no chick under 30 at this point, because they are all wilding. You know what I'm saying?
It's more about the connection.
Of course. Yeah, for sure.
If you vibe with a guy, it doesn't matter where he takes you.
Doesn't matter. We could be at a bench or on the beach. It doesn't matter.
So at 42, if I came to you and I said, hey, let's make a charcuterie board and drink wine for a first date at my place, would you be open to that?
Of course.
She's a winner.
It's about the effort, not about the money.
You don't think I'd be expecting to have a reward at the end of the night, or?
Not if I'm a classy woman and I let you know. It's up to me at the end of the day,
So you control access to it.
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
I'm going to choose to sleep with you or not. If I don't choose, I'm not going to sleep with you.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
Oh, God. Let's see. The older woman, not even about money. Now, the 25-year-old Gen Z.
Okay, the most, I wouldn't say like with the most, but I think the minimum, I feel like within the like 200 to 300 range is like normal.
That's the minimum.
Why there's such a disconnect, y'all. We literally just witnessed it when the older woman in their 40s, it's like it's just not about the money, it's just about the date and how the chemistry is. The 25-year-old, yeah, $200 to $300 minimum. And I hate when I see on social media this section of women that then be like, oh man, y'all complaining about this, y'all just brokies, pookies, dusties. They fail to realize that for a man that is going out and dating, if he goes out on 2 or 3 dates over the weekend, because, trying to fill things out, perhaps, that's, by their standards, if he's doing $200 to $300, that's a stack a weekend that he's blowing on dates. I know people, all guys, even guys with money, all right? You're not just trying to spend it just to spend either. Like, anybody that's got like good fiscal knowledge, it's like, yo, I'm gonna spend a band a weekend just to go on these dates that ain't gonna really lead anywhere. It doesn't even make financial sense, even when you got it. And there's a lot of guys that don't got it. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's a level of entitlement, because until these very women that say this shit have to pay for the date, they're just going to keep on rambling off these absurd numbers. They get to go on 3, 4, 5 dates a week with different guys, all for free. Meanwhile, the guy who's trying to get 1 or 2 dates spending $300 to $600 in a weekend. You understand how the numbers? Shit, I'd be happy with Taco Bell. What's up, love? Yeah. Man, y'all, let me tell y'all, as someone, I think that's where my role is. You know what I'm saying? Like, tomorrow's my birthday. Believe it or not, I turned 41. It's crazy to say that out loud, because I don't feel like I'm any different than I was like 30, 31, 32, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got some gray in the beard or whatever, but this is the best physical shape I've been in since I was in the Marine Corps in my teens and early 20s. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably the best version of myself mentally. I said physically, you know what I'm saying? And financially, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've matured through all of the grind of life and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And to see all this stuff, man, I just feel bad for the young homies that are out here having to deal with this, bro. I really do. I understand when they have these surveys and they say that men under 30, 68% or over 60% are not having sex. A mixture of because they can't find someone to do it with, and the other portion is because they're just choosing to not even bother with it because they're so put off by the current dating dynamics. I feel bad, bro. This is more of like a kick conversation, but I lost my virginity at 13. I've been in vagina throughout my life. I've been blessed to never have an issue with that. And to hear stories of guys in their 20s that ain't getting none, I was a menace, a fucking menace globally. I was global before there was passport bros. I was a passport bro before they even coined the term. I was in countries at 18, 19, traveling the world, knocking it back. And I'm only saying that just for context of like, I've experienced a lot. And if there's anything I can do to offer insight to help y'all out, goddamn, I want to, because I genuinely hate seeing guys down so bad. Men are fucking lonely. It's not even a joke. And I hate when I see stuff on social media, in particular women that will bash men and use it against them. Like, y'all don't know the plight that men have to go through with the whole loneliness, not having friends, can't find a woman to be with. It's bad. It's really bad. And to laugh at the plight of what young men are going through and being lonely, leading to very high, rates and all that stuff, that doesn't benefit society. The very same women that laughing at it and y'all wondering I can't find good men because all the ones that are around can't get no one, they decide to end things, and now your pool shrivels up even more. It's bad, man. It really is.
Yes.
What makes you think that's normal?
And that's me being like nice.
What's up,
Like
Junior?
I feel like if you're trying to take someone on a really nice date and really trying to impress a girl, like okay, you're paying for dinner at a nice place. You're doing.
This is a first date we're still talking about.
Yeah, don't you want to impress the girl on your first date? Like you want to show her a good time, get drinks, get dinner, do something else. Like I don't know.
But is that realistic for a man to want to spend $300-400 the first time he's getting to know a chick?
I think so. Otherwise, what are you doing?
No concept of money. She has no concept of money, man. None. Easy street. She has no concept of what it's like to drop $300 every other night on a date. No concept of it. And it's a cope and a cop out when there'll be those women on social media, Twitter, that'll be like, oh, y'all just brokies. Bro, it's not that men are brokies. There's no value in spending that money when they can better utilize it to improve themselves. And they're just wasting it because it's not leading to something. Most men are cool with spending the $200-300 if it's going to lead to something. I'm not insinuating here by any means that it's going to lead to sex. What I'm saying is if a guy's trying to date and he's trying to make something, he's going to spend it if he feels like it's progressing this dynamic. It's going to allow me to connect with you more. It's going to lead to an actual relationship. I'm going to spend the bread. I'm cool. If I'm into you, I'm going to spend the bread because I know it's going to help to, connect us and all this stuff.
If you're not trying to impress someone, you're just like wasting your time. You're just You're just trying to screw them?
Let's go get slushies at Sonic.
We can do that, but wouldn't you want to like really impress the girl first?
So be real with me. Be real with me.
I'm going to impress you with my personality. I'm going to impress you with my personality, and you're going to know that, man, I love being around this guy. He's fucking dope. He's got a good vibe. I love his energy. I can see the personality within them all. That's what it should be about. And you know what? I'm going to say it right now. Guys, stop taking women out to dinners for your first date. That should be fucking earned. If it's your first date, go do some other shit. Go out, do an activity, do something else. If she don't want to go with it, then you just saved yourself. You saved yourself money and you saved yourself the time. Because if she rejects going out to do an activity, put some effort in the activity. I'm not just saying necessarily go walk in the park, but like, yo, there's a rock climbing event, or you know what, there's a skydiving something, or do something a little bit of an event or something like that. My reasoning for this is that dinners are intimate. Going on a dinner date for your first time with someone I always found that weird because you're not even at that level to get romantic in most times. So why even go do the dinner thing at all? You're not even at a romantic level. Why am I going to take you to this romantic restaurant? Do all of this when we're not even there yet? I don't even know if I like you. I might fuck you, but I don't even know if I like you for real. You know what I'm saying? So we need to normalize this shit, y'all. Go, fellas, just take a woman out. And again, I'm not saying don't put effort into it. I'm just saying don't take her to dinner. Take her ass to go do a lunch, a brunch, an activity, go fucking paint and sip wine. One of these other fucking shits, I promise you. And if she don't want to go, you're welcome. You delete her, block her, go off to the next one, bro. Until you find a woman that would actually appreciate it and is willing to get to know you for you and not for your wallet.
With me. Have you ever given it up to a guy who spent $0 on you?
When I was like 18.
Okay. So what makes you think that like a guy should have to pay now to, get back to the same spot?
Because I'm not 18 anymore. I've realized that you have to have standards in life, and I'm not just looking to screw around.
But you don't think that's superficial? $300-400?
I don't think it's superficial because I'm not asking you to take me on a shopping spree. I'm asking you to like show me a good time and like show me that you care enough to take me to a nice place, to try to impress me. It's not because you're spending XYZ. It's because you're trying to show me that I'm worth this much.
Oh, you're show me that you're worth this much is kind of a wild thing to say, man. There is the ending for this episode. Wow. A lot of things in here, to be quite honest with you, triggered me. Just the disconnect, bro. The disconnect. 25-year-old woman has no understanding of money. You know what I mean? Like I already discussed. In the meantime, the 40-year-old is like, yeah, it's all about this. I don't care where we go, as long as it's a good time. Perfect example was when he said, yo, so what if I said, we're going to sip wine and we're going to make what do they call it? Charcuterie board together. By the way, those charcuterie boards are fire. I love some good cheese and a pause, a meat on it. Oh God, it's not going to come out right. Anyway, those things are fire. And she's like, yeah, I'll be down for that. Like winner all day. You know what I'm saying? What's the definition of a good time on a first date? Definition of a good time on a first date is if you'll know this, all right, is at the end of the date, she has that smitten look on her face, smiles when you're saying goodnight. She's just very, you could just tell that she just has that, that giddy feeling. If you could see it on her face, she had a good time, bro. And normally she'll communicate it. I had a really good time, but you can generally see it on her